So Julia and Steph, can you tell me a little bit about how this programme developed?
It used to be called Organising for Quality and Value, but we've completely revamped it and updated it, and it's now called QSIR.
And now we've developed it even further, and we've got a Train the Trainer version of the programme where we're skilling up other people to now develop and lead the programme outside in other organisations.
And what we want to be able to do is allow organisations to have their own trainers so that they can continually run this programme. They can support lots and lots of different service improvement programmes. So it's a much more sustainable model. You're not relying on a small number of people to teach them. We want to build a whole cadre of people across the NHS who can support improvement.
Some people have asked why you're asking for a pair of participants from each organisation.
It sounds slightly odd, doesn't it, when we say that? The reality is, if you're delivering a programme to about 30 odd people, and it's a whole 5 days, that's quite a lot of teaching to do. And actually you want a buddy who knows exactly what you're going through, who can help you and work together within it. Somebody might read the room and things like that. So that's one element of doing it in a pair.
And the other side of things is that you might have complementary interests and skill sets and backgrounds as well. So I could lead in one area, Julia might lead in another of the days or another of the areas. And I suppose the other element of having those complementary skills and interests is that delivery of the programme isn't just about the delivery of the 5-day workshops, it's about supporting people in the organisation in between the workshops and after the workshops as well. And that's easier if there are two of you and both of you can get involved in supporting lots of different people.
So are you looking for a mix of skills between the pair of people?
Ideally, the sort of people that we're looking for to be trainers are people who've got experience of change. They've been involved in change projects and they know the various skills and people that they need to work with in those change projects. They'll also be good team players as well. They're working as a pair, but they also need to understand the dynamics of the project team and how to get the best out of people and also how to involve and influence through other people. It would be really helpful if one of the pair, at least, is very comfortable and familiar working with numbers. We do a day on measurement for improvement and another day on demand and capacity. So it needs to be someone who's familiar with, comfortable working with numbers, but both need to be able to help each other and support each other on all of the days.
And if somebody's comfortable with things like run charts, and most people have seen a temperature chart, that's a run chart. So as long as one of that pair is really comfortable with that idea, that side of things, then they can support each other. It's great if they've had experience of using the tools, that's absolutely essential, but they don't need to have taught people around this kind of thing before, because actually that's what we're going to do, teach people to teach these theories and things like that. But if they've got some stories, some anecdotes, then that brings their teaching alive, and that's what we're really looking for, people who've had on-the-ground experience of delivering this.
In his video, we've already heard from Steve about the importance of buy-in from chief executives and organisations. Could you tell me a bit more about that from your point of view?
It makes a huge difference. These kind of programmes don't work well unless they're sponsored by the senior team within an organisation. And so we would want the execs to be actually asking questions about what's going on with the service improvement, getting some feedback into their board about what's actually going on, but being tolerant of people making mistakes. They're going to have to experiment, so not everything's going to work brilliantly first time. So they've got to be tolerant of people taking some risks, having a go, sometimes not getting it right 100%. So that's the kind of supportive culture that you need to implement this.
So can you tell me what participants can expect from the programme?
There's a bit of preparatory work, a bit of reading to do, and then there are 2 4-day assessment workshops split over 2 weeks, 2 consecutive weeks in February. And then following that, the individual trainers will be supported by us, by NHSIQ, to deliver programmes within their own organisation. So we're looking for them to commit to deliver 2 cohorts of the programme for up to 30 participants in each cohort within their organisation in the 12 months following their assessment as a trainer.
What kind of aftercare are participants offered?
As they start delivering in their own organisations these programmes, we'll provide them with all of their workbooks, with all of their materials that they need. They get slide sets, they get speaker notes to go with the slide sets, so they get a lot of support so they're able to roll this programme out in their own organisation.
And we're also developing an informal network, so there's a peer support mechanism to help the new trainers as well.
I understand that an exam is part of the programme. What else happens as part of the accreditation programme?
They have their 8 days in February where we'll be assessing their ability to present and to tailor-make the materials to reflect their own case studies and their own anecdotes and things like that. That's what brings it alive for the students. If you're actually able to sort of recount some of your own trials and tribulations and some of your learnings and things like that. Then they have an online exam in order to explore their technical understanding of what the content actually is of the materials. But that accreditation lasts for 12 months, and then they come back to us and they can be re-accredited, and we will continue to support them further delivery throughout their organisation.
And part of that re-accreditation process involves the trainers coming back and giving us examples and case studies of how they have used the learning and how the teams that they've worked with have used the learning to deliver some real service improvements and some quality improvements. And that serves two purposes. One, it demonstrates what they've been doing for the past 12 months, but it also gives us an opportunity to further refresh and re-energise the materials and the case studies, and we can share those with the whole NHS.
So how will people know who in which organisation are accredited to run this programme? Will you be keeping a register of any sort?
Yes, we will. So when people are accredited, we'll publish their organisations and the names of the trainers who have been accredited on our website, so there will always be a central resource for people to go to find out who is a trainer in their organisation.
From feedback that I've read from participants in your QSIR programme, I understand the participants enjoy it and have a lot of fun.
Well, there's some very serious learning takes place as well, but we find that participants find all of that far more memorable if they enjoy the days as well. So we do try to make them fun where we can.
Oh, crikey Moses, it's really important to have a bit of fun when you're doing your learning. Otherwise it's going to be miserable, and we want to have fun too as part of sort of teaching faculty and things like that. So no, absolutely, we have a bit of a laugh.
Can you tell me the vision for the programme?
Let's reflect on the Berwick report, which was all about providing good quality care and effectively using resources for the benefit of patients. And I think about working in other parts of the world where they don't have the health care that we have, that we sometimes take for granted. But we've really got to use our resources carefully, and we've really got to provide fantastic care for patients. And this programme gives people the skills to make a real difference on the ground, day in, day out, within our NHS.